Hello and welcome to this Sunday self-care Vinyasa practice today. I am going to just start by lighting a candle. If you'd like to take a moment and make sure your space is set up, whether you like to light a candle or incense, something to kind of set your tone and mood, or to just take a breath and set your intention. You can do that now. For our practice today, we will be using 2 blocks. If you don't have blocks nearby, grab some other supports. And especially if you don't have blocks, you may also like a couple of pillows for the end of class where we get to relax. And I'll set you up with a nice restorative pose at the end. So take a moment and grab 1 or 2 pillows. The more supportive, the better, or 2 blocks. And you see I've got my blocks nearby as well. All right, so today's practice is going to be your body, modify, make things work, do what's best, and feels comfortable. When we get into the deeper stretches, especially with hamstrings and hips today, if you need to back off, please do so. We're going for that sensation, that stretch feeling that isn't tugging and pulling on the muscles or the connective tissues, and no pain. If you're getting those sensations, come up and come out a little. Be gentle with yourself. Let's explore, let's breathe, let's have fun. Start on your back, so come on down to a comfortable position. Knees can be bent, legs can be straight, whatever feels right for you as you begin your practice. And hands can settle on the stomach. Take a moment to relax your shoulders, lengthen the back of your neck. Closing your eyes here, tune into your breath. As we begin this practice, observe any physical sensations in your body. Without passing judgment here, just notice the physical starting place. And notice also your mental starting place today. What's been on your mind, calling your attention, or butting in this week for you. Acknowledge it, no judgment. Move on. We breathe. Always coming back to breath, to center, to ground ourselves, and to be present. If you like setting an intention for your practice, you can do so now. Choose a word or a phrase. Maybe you've already thought of what you need in this practice today, and I invite you to bring it in. Invite it into this space, into your body, your mind, and your heart. One more full breath together, deep into the belly. Let it all go. From here, take your knees into your chest and start by giving yourself a little hug. You can rock side to side to massage your back against the mat. Really feel all the points of contact you have with the mat. And then plant the left foot down. Keep the right knee into your chest. Inhale, draw your nose up towards your knee. The belly comes in here, starting to just a little fire up into the core. Inhaling, as you exhale, draw the knee a little closer as you lower your shoulders and head down. Now you can stay here for the hip and back stretch, or for more, extend the left leg long. I'm gonna keep that foot actively flexed here as we begin. Take another breath. With your exhale, choose to stay or to shift your knee wider than your ribs, foot up towards the sky for a half happy baby. If you're getting any discomfort in the low back, you can always rebend the straightened leg. Stay for around a breath. Draw that knee down. Right shoulder also relaxes. Now we're gonna lengthen the left side. So even if your foot is planted on the floor, inhale, lengthen through the left side of your body as you lift the left arm overhead. Shoulders soft. Take a breath in. As you exhale, take both hands to your knee. Bring the right knee across your body into a spinal twist. Try to have your spine in vertical alignment here. You may need to just bump the left hip further to the right side of your mat to get that. This is just a gentle, easy twist. Arms can open to a T or a cactus shape. Return to center, both knees to the heart. Maybe this time, instead of rocking side to side, you stir your knees in small circles each direction. We'll take those stretches on the other side with the right foot planted to start with. Left knee into your chest. Inhale, nose to knee. Draw the belly in. Scoop, squeeze. With your exhale, lower down. Take the knee with you a little deeper into this hip and back. Stay or extend the right leg. Tadasana foot. So the right foot is flexed. One more breath as you are. With the exhale, take your knee outside the left ribs, left foot up towards the ceiling. And if you can't get the outer edge of your foot by the pinky toe, reach for your ankle or your calf, anywhere along that trajectory. Soften the left shoulder, and now we'll add the length. Reach your right hand high, lengthen the right side of your waist. 2 breaths here. Inhale, always lengthens. Exhale to soften and release. Both hands to your knee, take it across. Just reposition that right hip here as needed to keep your spine nice and vertical. And then find your spinal twist. It might be the same on this side, might be a little different. Go with the sensations that you're getting. Go with where your body leads you today. When you're ready, both knees come back to center. And take your favorite, either stirring the knees in small circles or rocking side to side. Then we're going to place the feet down, hips width apart, inch your heels pretty close to you. Feet are, as I said, hips width apart with the toes away from you. Setu Bandhasana, just one bridge pose. We're going to press into the feet, press into your hands, and scoop your hips away from the floor. Lift up, puff up the chest, maybe walk a little higher up on the shoulders as you draw the shoulder blades in towards each other, and the heart opens. Look up towards the ceiling, take an inhale, lift the hips any amount higher, and exhale, come on down. From here, turn the palms to face the mat and peel your shoulder blades up off of the mat. So it's a yogi crunch here. Breathe in. We're actually going to do just a little bit of Pilates. So a double beat. We're going to pulse the hands. Core is super strong and engaged. Belly pulls in. So we're going to take a double for 10. For 9. Keep breathing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Keep lifting. 2, 1, let it go. Arms may reach overhead, legs can extend long, take a full body stretch. And then we will make our way up and into a downward facing dog. As you come into down dog, take any movements that you need. If you need a stopover for cat and cow before you find down dog, add that. We'll take 5 breaths in downward facing dog, whether you're moving or you're still. Be with your breath. Tune in. Know that. Trust that everything you need for this practice is already within you. It's here. It's with you. With your next inhale, flow forward, shoulders over wrists to your high plank position. Press the mat away, inhale, exhale, lower in one long line all the way down to the mat. Come on down. Hands alongside the ribs, toes untucked. Inhale for your baby cobra. Exhale to lower. One more gentle baby cobra, lifting and lowering. This time, take your hands wide. About elbows width apart, elbows point up towards the ceiling. Inhale towards a cobra pose. Breathe in, keep the legs active. As you exhale, dip your right shoulder down and peek to the left. You get a nice stretch in that shoulder and probably the neck also. Come on up through center and switch sides when you're ready. Let's do that once more, each side. If you need to linger in any sticky spots, I know that feeling. We'll return to center. Press back to a child's pose, seat to heels. Take an inhale to create space in the lower back. And an exhale to soften in the hips. When you're ready, return to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. With your exhale, bend your knees, look forward, walk, or if you're ready, hop your feet to the front of your space. Inhale, we come to a flat back, and then forward fold. Any forward fold that feels good for you. Feet will be hips width apart, knees bent. You can take a ragdoll sway. Shake your head, yes, no. Maybe it's horse's breath for you today. Release your hands, walk them up to your thighs, bend the knees even more. Point the tailbone back as you inhale, lift the crown of the head forward. Core is strong, front ribs knit together. Exhale, hands stay, body folds. Repeat, forward fold. Inhale and lift to flat back, then fold. One more time. Flat back, inhale. Exhale to release. Hands release this time. Slowly come to stand. Arms can lift and then return to home base mountain pose. Tadasana here. Spread the toes, spread the fingers, lift the heart. Drawing the belly in. Inhale, Surya Namaskar A, look up. And exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, finding your flat back, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to the mat, stepping back, high to low plank. If you're ready, Chaturanga Dandasana, or all the way down to the mat, a little more gentle. Inhale, Cobra again, or upward facing dog. And then exhale, we make our way into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, 3 breaths. Full and deep. Using all fingers, all knuckles to support the wrists and the shoulders here. Try to broaden the upper back. When your next exhale comes, bend your knees, look forward, walk or hop forward. Inhaling flat back and hinge, forward fold, Uttanasana. Pressing through the feet to rise, arms lift. Home base mountain pose. Beautiful, we'll build on this. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, forward fold. Flat back, inhale. Exhale, palms down, left foot steps back, runner's lunge, and lower the knee for kneeling lunge. If you need padding, set it up for yourself. Anjaneyasana when you're ready. Press into the front foot. We've got a lift in the core and the hips, and a nice stretch in the hip flexors here. If you're not getting that hip flexor stretch, you can let the hips come forward. One more breath. And then as we exhale, hands come forward. We're gonna come into Hanumanasana. It's a half split position. You may need your blocks here or other supports. So I'm gonna flex that right leg, hips are square, and hinge over. Going for a hamstring stretch here. Blocks may be on any setting, of course, or you may be able to reach the floor. Stay for a breath and lengthen the front of your body. Hinge and fold as you exhale. Breathing in, rising about halfway. Walk your hands now over to the right side of the leg. So as you twist, you can externally rotate this right thigh. The knee and the toes will point out maybe towards 1, 2, or 3 o'clock. You get an IT band stretch on the outer hip. I'm feeling a lot of that. We breathe in. And breathe out. Walk back to center. Bend the front knee. Left hand plants underneath your shoulder. You can also bring it to a block. Right arm will lift as we take a gentle twist here. Think about length on the right side of your body. And then exhale, right hand down inside the right foot here. So we're in a kneeling lizard-like pose. The right knee is kind of glued to the right upper arm. The right toes face forward. We breathe in. And we breathe out. Where can you soften? And where can you release tension from? Stay here if it's feeling perfect, or tuck your back toes under. Lift the knee. Now we're in an active lizard pose. I'm going to really firm up the back leg. Lift the hips slightly to bring more weight here into the hands. Hands are under the shoulders. These are lizard push-ups. So the elbows will bend back just like chaturanga as the heart comes forward and then press up. Let's do that twice more. Play with it. Go as far as you're able to. Right? This looks different on everyone. After you finish those 3 lizard push-ups, step your right foot back. Downward facing dog. You may need to move that right hand over. Your choice to stay in down dog. Take child's pose or come forward, high plank, and then lower through a vinyasa. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Breathing in. And out. This time the left leg lifts high as you inhale. As you exhale, knee to nose, to bring the left foot up between your hands. Back knee will come down, kneeling lunge, Anjaneyasana to start with. Pressing into the front foot to get the lift. Maybe soften the shoulders while we're here. 2 more breaths. Straighten the front leg, using blocks as needed for Hanumanasana, the half split pose. We inhale to lengthen the spine and then hinge and fold with the exhale. Left leg stays actively flexed, promoting that stretch in the hamstrings. Kind of sending wake up signals here throughout the body. If it's too alerting, right, we talked about that, back off a little. We'll now move into the IT band stretch. So hands will come outside of the left foot, externally rotate, and maybe hinge or maybe stay where you are. Right, the sensation is on the outer thigh, essentially between the knee and the hip here. Stay for another breath. Make your way back to center. Right hand to the block or to the floor. Easy twist. Open your heart towards the left side of your space and lengthen the left side of the waist. So not collapsing in, but lengthening up into the twist. Both hands come on down inside that left foot. So just an easy lizard here to start with. Glue the knee to the upper arm. Left toes point forward. If you need support of your blocks here, you've probably already found out and you're already using them, but that can be really nice. We'll take 1 more breath. And then with your exhale, back toes under, knee lifts, find a more active lizard. So I've got a little more lift in the hips here. The hips are feeling square. So the outer left hip hugs back. And now we'll add those chaturanga style push-ups. So elbows hug back, parallel to each other, and press up. Twice more. We'll meet in downward facing dog, step it back. Reposition the hands, shoulders width apart. If that feels crowded, go a touch wider. Stay or take your flow. Inhale forward, exhale brings you down. Inhaling any back bend. Exhaling transition, downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out, bends the knees, look forward, walk or float forward. Inhaling flat back. And exhale, hinge and fold. Pressing through your feet, rise all the way up. Mountain pose. So we're going to repeat just a traditional Surya A now. Feeling any differences between our first and this one. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Flat back, breathing in. Exhaling, hands down, step or jump, bent elbows, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale for your back bend. Exhaling, find downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Lifting the hips up and back. Check in with those hamstrings. Quads are active to press the thigh bones back, and you can still keep a bend in your knees here if you need. With your next exhale, bend the knees, look forward, walk or float forward. Flat back, breathing in. And exhale. Uttanasana, forward fold, rise on your inhale. Mountain pose. Breathing in, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Flat back, breathe in. Exhale, hands down, left foot steps back. We're in our runner's lunge. This time we lift up into high lunge, crescent lunge. A little bit of bend in that back knee creates space for your low back. Give yourself space or really active press through the heel. Strong straight leg. Deeply increases the hip flexor stretch. See if we can bend the front knee any amount more. Heart shines forward, inhale. Exhale, hands come on down. Left hand can stay. We're gonna use the blocks first here. Pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. So squaring the hips, straightening both legs. It's a wide stance pyramid. So I'm still up on the ball of the back foot. Right outer thigh firms back and in. Lengthen your spine, flat back, inhale. Exhale, fold forward, nose towards knee. 2 breaths. With the next inhale, lift, flat back. Now bend the front knee. Left hand stays where it is. Easy twist, right arm lifts. So bringing the kneeling sequence now into this lunging sequence, builds a little more heat, gets a little more intense. Modify whatever you need to modify. Both hands come down inside that right foot. Breathe in, lizard, stretch. If you need to bump the right foot farther out to the side of your mat, as I just did, walk it out. Inhale. Exhale, this time press firmly into your hands, lift the hips just slightly, and you probably can't see my right foot here, but I'm gonna lift it up, hug it in, glue the knee to the right arm, and then shoot the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Your choice, foot stays lifted or set it down. Maybe it's a three-point vinyasa flow. Find your way through, and eventually to downward facing dog. Everyone take a deep inhale. Let it out through the mouth. Left leg inhales up and back. Knee to nose. Place your foot between the hands, setting up your high lunge and rise. Your choice with the back knee, bent or straight. Hips square, heart shining forward. Go deep in the front knee. Take 2 breaths. Exhale, hands forward and down, 2 blocks or the floor. Pyramid pose, begin to straighten the left leg. Remember that the hips are pretty wide here, so you may need more support than at other times. We're up on the ball of the back foot. Left hip firms back, right side forward. Lengthen the sides of the waist as you inhale, flat back. Forward fold, exhaling. Nose towards knee. 2 breaths. Lifting into your flat back, rebends the front knee, right hand stays where it is, left lifts into the easy twist here. Left knee stays over the ankle. If it opens out, press into the big toe side of the left foot. Then hands come down inside that left foot. Lizard stretch. You can walk the left foot farther out to create space. Stay for around a breath. Now prepare for strength. Press firmly into the hands, lift the hips slightly, glue the knee to the upper arm, and maybe you can pick that foot up. Breathe, and then shoot the left leg up and back. Your choice, foot down or through any version of Vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe in. And out, bend the knees. Look forward, walk or float forward. Flat back, inhale. And exhale, forward fold. From here, heel toe your feet together if they didn't land that way. Most of us don't. Sit down for chair pose, Utkatasana. So we're gonna kind of zip up the midline here. Legs hug towards each other, core strong. Heart lifts, breathe. As you exhale, take the left hand back in a gentle twist. Hips still square. Inhale forward, other side. Exhale back. Inhale forward. We're going to take the hands a little bit deeper in a twist. Start with prayer, hands at heart center. Keep the weight in your heels here for Utkatasana. Now taking your twist to the left, right forearm to left thigh. So splitting the arms open diagonally, kind of like a speed skater move. Sink into the heels, knees even, hips even. Lift through that left hand. Come on back to center. You can do it. Inhale, prayer. Exhale, split the arms, twist, forearm to thigh. Knees even, hips even, heart open, reach through that right hand. Back to center, inhale, give your legs a break. Tadasana, stand. We've got one more chair twist. You can do it. Inhale, sit low, arms up. Exhale, prayer hands sink into the heels. Keep that midline zipped up. Take your twist deep to the left. Elbow to thigh. If that's too much, go back to the split arm version. You can peek maybe past the elbow towards the side of the room. Maybe rotate your head up. Feel your knees and your hips still in line. Inhale, center. Opposite side. Sink into the heels, knees and hips. Check in. Heart lifts towards prayer thumbs. Breathing in. Forward fold, let that go. My, oh my. Feet separate, hips width apart. We're gonna take a bound forward fold here. So bend your knees as much as you need in order to reach your big toes. Yogi toe lock. So I'm gonna take the first 2 fingers, wrap them around the big toes so my inner wrists face each other. From here, start to fold, belly to thighs, head releases. My knees remain bent. If the elbows bend, they'll bend towards the sides of the room. As you get into this bound forward fold, rock weight from your heels toward the balls of the feet and the toes. As you come forward, begin to lift the sitting bones higher. That may mean straightening your knees somewhat, or as far as you go. 2 more breaths. Most importantly today, head is heavy. Hamstrings get an opening. Quads get a little bit of release after all of that work in chair. Release your toes. Inhale, flat back. Gentle fold. Pressing through your feet, rise. Mountain pose, arms release. Step your feet together this time. Not chair pose, just mountain. Breathe in. Breathe out. Steady your focus out in front of you as you bring your hands to heart center. Without looking down, press into your right foot. Lift the left heel behind you towards a warrior 3. So starting to balance, you can keep your body on a diagonal or aim for that full Virabhadrasana 3 experience, trying to get parallel to the floor. Inhale, bend the standing leg, reach back to land in a high lunge. Inhale here, arms lift. Check in with your feet, make sure they're hips width apart. That'll make moving on a little bit easier. Squeeze your inner thighs, split the arms for an east-west twist. Left hand reaches forward, right hand reaches back. Breathing in here. Breathing out, you can drop the right hand around, maybe to your low back, maybe finding your leg. Left hand lifts. Right knee keeps bending forward. Breathe in. Breathing out, untwist. Hands overhead. Lift towards the sky. Breathe in. And exhale, hands to heart center. Cross your body, knee to elbow, for a deep lunging twist. Hips are square. Right hip pulls back. Right ribs lift up and open. Breath in. Breath out, look forward and down. Press into that right foot. Can you lighten into the left foot to step forward for a rotated chair? As you arrive, even the knees out, even the hips out. Take a breath. And then stand and release. And if you need a little dance after that, shake it out. Breathing in. Out. Find your mountain pose. Steady gaze in front of you. Hands to the heart center. Left foot plants firmly. Right heel begins to float back. Find your long diagonal or head parallel to the earth for your warrior 3. Virabhadrasana 3. Breathing in, hips square. Breathing out, bend the standing leg, reach back. Land with the feet hips width apart. Deep bend in that front knee. High lunge. Start squeezing those inner thighs. Add the twist, right hand forward, left hand back. Stay here. We're moving on. Left hand down to the leg or to your low back. Right arm up and over. Take a breath. Let it go. Be strong and steady. Return to center. Hands come into prayer. And now cross the body. Right elbow to left thigh. You can also take the open skater arms as needed for alternatives. Lift your heart towards those prayer thumbs. Lengthen the sides of the waist. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look down. Press into your front foot. Right foot gets lighter in the back. Lighter in the back. Step forward. Chair pose. In your twist. Prasarita, Utkatasana. Square the hips and the knees. Stand. Release. Mountain pose. We're going to flow through Surya B next. Inhale, just passing through chair pose. Sit. And then forward fold, release. Flat back, inhale. Forward fold. Hands to the earth. Step or jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale for your back bend. Downward facing dog. Adho Mukha. Inhale, right leg up and back. Knee to nose, plant the foot, back heel down, rise warrior one, just one breath. Exhale, hands down, step back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha. Adho Mukha. Left leg lift. Plant the foot, back heel down, rise, warrior one. Exhale, hands come down, step back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 breaths. Now, we be present with breath. Slow it down. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, walk or float your feet forward. Flat back, inhale. Fold, exhale. Chair pose, 1 breath. Sit low. And exhale, Tadasana. Stand. All right, find that mountain pose. Take a moment to spread the fingers, spread the toes. Come into your breath. Return to your intention. Hands find heart center. Stepping into your right foot, left knee lift. And floats behind you. Slightly different entrance here for warrior 3. Step on back. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, hop your right foot just slightly forward so you can ground it down. You're going to straighten the right leg as well. So I've got a medium wide stance here. Hip square to the front of the mat. Right hip is going to keep hugging back. Left side, forward. Inhale, arms lift. As you exhale, coming towards flat back for a pyramid pose. So you might not get it perfectly parallel to the earth or horizontal flat back here. We got the core strong. Breathe in. And then exhale, hands come on down. Find your blocks. Let's bring them to the tall setting. Somewhere about toes distance in front of you. As you inhale, rock forward, lift the back heel. As you exhale, drop the back heel, lift the front toes. So moving with your breath. Keep your upper body in that kind of flat back shape. Let's take 1 more round. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, pivot all 10 toes to face the left edge of your mat. Inhaling flat back. Exhale, wide forward fold. Prasarita Padottanasana. Got 3 breaths here. Move or be still. Inhale, hands under shoulders, lift towards flat back. Continue walking towards the back of the mat this time. Keep your back heel, the right foot now, down where it was. Bend the left knee. Rise up for a warrior 1 with your left foot in front. So we're going to hug the right hip forward. Keep pressing through that pinky edge of the back foot. Breathing. Melt into the front knee. 2 breaths. Here comes our next challenge. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Find that pyramid-like pose. As you exhale, stay in flat back. Pivot your left toes in. Prasarita, flat back. All facing the long edge of the mat. And then take the right toes forward. Back to pyramid pose where we started. Hands release down. Bend that right knee. Step forward, regular forward fold, and move in a way that feels good. Inhale, flat back. Forward fold to release. Rise all the way up, arms lift, mountain pose to settle. Steady here, grounded here. Let's try that all on the other side. Hands to heart center, standing tall. Lift the right knee. And then find your warrior 3. From warrior 3, step back. Just a medium step. Setting up for pyramid pose, so the right toes are in about 45 degrees. Hips pretty square here. Left outer hip continues to hug back, and vice versa on the right side. Lengthen the sides of the waist as you lift the arms. Breathe in. Exhale, really squeezing the left quad, by the way, as I come forward to somewhere near a flat back. Strong core. This is hard work. We're with it. Lifting and reaching. 1 more breath. And find those blocks. Now we get to move with the stretch. So keep your torso near that flat back as you lift the back heel, rock forward. Drop the heel, lift the front toes as you rock back. Still working with hips square. Moving with your own breath, your pacing. The next time that you rock back, pivot your left toes in, finding flat back, and then releasing all 10 toes towards the right side of your mat, the long edge for Prasarita Padottanasana here on your second side. 3 breaths of movement or stillness. Inhale, flat back. Hands continue towards the back of your mat. Right toes pivot. Left foot should be in at an angle. Reposition as needed. Right knee bends. Warrior 1. Virabhadrasana 1. Right hip hugs back now. Left side forward. Core strong. Press through the pinky edge of the back leg. One more breath. Exhale. Straighten your right leg. Reach forward. Inhaling flat back. Stay with it. Pivot all 10 toes towards the side of the mat. Stay with it. Pivot the left toes forward. And exhale, release. Step both feet to the front of your mat. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Move as you need to. Flat back, inhale. And forward fold, exhale. Press through your feet, rise. Release, mountain. Awesome work. Keep breathing, keep moving. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, flat back. Optional vinyasa here, or go right to down dog. We'll meet in downward facing dog. This time the right leg lifts. Inhale, knee to nose. Plant your foot between your hands. Back heel down. Rise up, open this time to warrior 2. Virabhadrasana 2, right knee over the front ankle. Expand, widen, not just your stance, but your experience. So the ribs open, the hips open, the arms open, the heart opens. Reverse your warrior, reach up and back, inhaling. And now straighten your right leg, come on forward, triangle pose, hips shift back, right hand come to your shin, or to a block here. Want to lift the left side of the heart, lift the ribs, left lung rolls up and over. You can always protect your knee in triangle pose by keeping a micro bend, a teeny tiny bend in that right knee. Strong legs, inhale, rise, rebend, warrior 2. Reverse, and come on down. Take it through your flow. As always, if you're skipping flows, if you need a break, child's pose is there for you. Anytime, you don't have to wait for me to say it. Left leg lifts on your inhale, knee to nose, foot between hands, back heel down, rise up, open, warrior 2, second side. As we did on that first side, expand and widen. Broaden this experience. Take up space. Reverse your warrior, left hand lifts. Keep the bend in your knee. Now straighten the knee. Come on upright, tip the hips back. Triangle pose, Trikonasana, second side. Press into the big toe mound on that left foot. Find a micro bend in the knee if you need it. Rotate right ribs, right lungs, up and over. If you can, lengthen the sides of your waist. Try that out. Strong, straight legs. Inhale, lift. Rebend, warrior 2. Reverse, 1 breath. Take your hands down. Flow with your breath. Find downward facing dog. Deep inhale. Let it out through the mouth as you exhale. One more like that. In through the nose. Sigh it out. Let some of the tension go. We'll take the right leg up and back. 3-legged dog. Knee to nose, foot between hands, back heel down, warrior two again. This time, take your left hand to the small of your back. So we're wrapping it in a half bind. Roll that left shoulder open and keep the length on the sides of the waist as you bend into the front knee. Yes, warrior two with the half bind. Now take the right hand and reverse the warrior, keeping the half bind. Keep the half bind, straighten the knee, come forward like triangle pose, right hand to your block or your shin. Roll the left side open. If you need to release the bind because of discomfort in the shoulder, please do so. Feel your spine elongate forward, and instead of being kind of over the mat, we want to bring the torso over that front leg. It's all about length. One more breath. Release your hand up, bend the front knee, reach for a block. We're going to fly to Ardha Chandrasanas. Push off and float. Core strong, left rib still lifting up and open. Take any variations of this pose. You can return to the half bind if you wish. One more breath. As you exhale, close the left hip, point the left toes towards the earth. Both blocks underneath the hands, underneath the shoulders here for a supported warrior three. Breathe in. Firm the right hip back. Keep the left leg lifting, press into the left hand. Right arm maybe can lift. Rotated warrior three. Breathe in. Breathe out. Left heel still lifting, both legs strong and long. Exhaling, right hand down, left foot down, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, yogi's choice. Make your way to down dog, whether that's through a flow or some other pattern. Deep breath in. Let it go. Another like this. Left leg lifts, inhale. Knee to nose, plant your foot, back heel down, warrior two. Open. Expand. Then take the right hand to the small of your back. Roll that right shoulder open, keep the width, keep the openness as you reverse your warrior. And now straighten the left leg. Come upright, hip shift back. Left hand reaching forward and then down to your shin or your block for triangle pose with the half bind, Trikonasana. Rotating right ribs, right shoulder, up and over. With the torso over that front leg. Inner thighs squeeze in. Maybe lengthen the sides of your waist just a little more. One breath here. Let it go. Your choice, keep the bind or release it. Bend the front knee, use blocks to support you as you fly for your Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, second side. Find your expression as it presents itself today. This is one of my favorite poses, by the way, to fall out of. So we never worry or stress about the practice. We take it as it comes. We breathe, we focus, we move. If you do still have the bind, release it. Square your hips towards the floor, both blocks underneath the hands, under the shoulders. Find that warrior three with the support of the blocks. Strong standing leg, strong back heel, lifting and pressing back. Right hand stays where it is, core strong to lift the left. For your rotated warrior three. Parvrita Virabhadrasana three. Lift and rotate through the core, the left hip lifting and firming towards the back of the room will give you a little more length in the waist. Exhale, foot down, hands down. Oh my, forward fold. Awesome work. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale for your flat back. Exhale, make your way, downward facing dog. Your path to get there. Take a moment here in down dog or a break in child's pose. 2 more breaths. On an inhale, lift your right leg, 3-legged dog, knee to nose, foot between hands, step it forward. Pause here in your low lunge. Breathe in, look forward. Breathe out. Begin to straighten that front leg again for a pyramid pose. This time, hop the left foot slightly forward. So now coming into pyramid pose, kind of from below. So we lift into flat back. Inhale. Square the hips, right hip back, left forward. Using blocks here can be super helpful. One under each shoulder. Breathing in. Right hip firms back, squeezing the inner thighs, both feet firmly planted, left hand stays, right arm lift for Parivrtta Trikonasana, rotated triangle. Notice how this feels any similar or any different to the Warrior 3 version we just did. Maybe it's a bit more grounded, 2 feet are down. If you're working deeper variations of this pose, your left hand approaches the arch of that right foot. You can also aim for the block on the pinky edge, outer edge of the right foot. Deeper twist makes it harder to balance. Untwist, both hands down. Take a fold, nose towards the knee. Inhale, flat back, rebend the front knee. Lizard stretch now. Both hands inside the right foot walks wider. Settle. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Lifting the hips slightly, so I just hop the back foot just a little forward to get a lift in the hips. I'm going to snuggle the right shoulder down and walk the right hand outside behind the heel, left hand out to the side as well. So looking down at the mat, keeps the back of the neck long, keeps my gaze steady to help with balance. Firm the right outer thigh and hip back. Maybe hover one hand, maybe hover 2 hands for an airplane balance. From here, you can also play with a bind. Wrapping the arms around behind you. You can play with arm balances. Have a little fun. Breathe. Remember, it's okay to fall, and there is no failure in yoga. When you're ready, bring your hands back to the mat. Lift that right leg. This time, stack the hips open for a 3-legged dog or a fire hydrant stretch here. And settle the right foot down. If you'd like to flow, take your flow. If you'd like to stay in your down dog, stay in ground. Inhale, lift the left leg, 3-legged dog. Knee to nose, foot between hands. Inhale, look forward, settle into this lunge. Drop the hips, lift the heart. Then left hip draws back to straighten the left leg. Hop the right foot forward, about a foot, foot and a half. Inhale, lifting flat back, left hip back, right hip forward. Hinge and fold. Pyramid pose, Parivrtta. Working our final twist, a final deep active twist for today. So from flat back, right hand stays, inner thighs squeeze, and the left hand lifts. Experiment. See if this feels the same or different than the other side. Then that standing Warrior 3 balance. Again, you can work deeper versions, bringing your right hand closer to the big toe, or perhaps all the way across. Your expression. One more deep breath. Release. Rebend your front knee. Final lizard stretch. Left foot walks farther out, both hands inside. Take a breath. Now lift the hips slightly. Make sure you got a nice stable ability to press into the feet so that as you lower the shoulders, left hip firms back, right hip forward. Now, maybe the left hand can sneak around. Right arm out to the side. You can take fingertips, maybe float one arm, maybe the other arm. Back of the neck stays long. You can work with those binds, with arm balance, have a little fun. It's not so far to fall. We've all face planted at one point or another, so breathe. When you're ready, take it back. Three-legged dog, hips open, top knee bends for the fire hydrant stretch. This time, if you'd like a final vinyasa here, you can add it in. Otherwise, you can take child's pose for a couple breaths. From the downward facing dog, lift your right leg. As you exhale, right knee towards right wrist. Pivot the shin across the mat. We're setting up for pigeon pose. Outer hips have done a lot of work today. All of the balance and the squaring action that we've done. So we want to give them a nice juicy stretch. I love to use props here underneath the hips to support so that they can be a bit more even. I've got nice alignment. Right knee in front of the hip and the left leg, you can look behind, is straight behind you rather than at an angle. You can stay upright or come forward. Sometimes it's called sleeping pigeon, Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. Try to let your head relax on something, whether it's stacked hands or a pillow. You can let yourself soften in. Got a nice stay here. So if you notice that you're holding on, give it a little more work than you need to do in this pose, I invite you to just let some of that go. Whether you're taking the elbows wider or softening your neck or your jaw. Begin to rise. Move the props aside, back toes under. Lift your right leg and take a favorite counter pose. And we'll switch to the other side. Left leg lifts. Take the knee forward. Place it behind your wrist. Knee and left hip align. Right leg directly behind you. I'll set up, for example, with my props. Hips square. Exhale brings you forward. Taking this pigeon stretch as it presents itself here for your second side. As you come into this experience, again, check in with your body and notice if there's somewhere holding that doesn't need to be working right now. Let that area relax. Follow your breath. Begin to rise. Find your counter pose. We will meet on our stomachs next. Inhaling forward, high plank, and then lower it all down. Arms reach alongside your body, legs hug in. Lift the heart, lift the shoulders and the head. Shalabhasana, locust pose. You can also lift the legs behind you. 2 breaths. Inhale to lift. Exhale to stay. Last one. And release. You can rock your hips from side to release it. Just doing a little bit of back bending here is going to be a nice counter balance and energy balancer from all of the twisting that we did and the forward folding. So if you're ready for a little bit more this locust pose, you can interlace the hands behind you. Otherwise, keep the arms alongside the body. Inhale and lift. 3 breaths. Exhale, release, head to the other side. Bend your knees and rock the hips side to side. We'll turn onto our backs, and at this point, have your blocks or your pillows nearby. So you just want those within reach as you lay down. We're gonna repeat bridge pose as we did at the beginning of class. This time, if you wanna go deeper with the hands clasped underneath, you can set that up. Press into the feet, lifting the hips away from the floor. Breathing in to open the front body. Breathing out, keep pressing into the feet. Find stability in the shoulders and the back of the head, those points of contact with the mat. From there, lift up as you open the front body. 3 more breaths. Knees stay over ankles. Last inhale, maybe lift a little higher. Exhale, slowly lower upper, middle, and lower back to the mat. You can rest with the knees knocking in or windshield wiper side to side. We're gonna head towards our cool down restorative poses now. I'd like to use a block for my restorative bridge pose. If you don't have this nearby, you can also do it with a pillow or repeat a bridge pose to be more active, but on a medium setting, place the block under your sacrum. It was the low area where your back kind of meets the top of your bottom. Inhale, roll the heart open. And exhale, you soften and allow the block to hold you up. About 4 breaths. Make them as long, as gentle as you can. This restorative version of bridge pose has benefits not just for the cardiovascular system here, but also for our lymph and for our immune systems. We'll soak it in. Another round of breath. And then sliding the props out from underneath you to lower the hips. Rock the knees out, side to side. And to kind of complete our balance practice today, we're going to set up for a supported fish pose. So using the blocks, I'm going to place them in essentially a upside down T at the head of the mat. So one horizontal and the vertical above it. You can use supportive pillows if you're making accommodations. So the low edges of the shoulder blades come up onto that close block. Inhale, lift up the heart. As you exhale, let the head drop back, and you can find that second block here and use it as a pillow. You can keep your knees bent, knocked in. Will be usually most comfortable for our backs. You may also enjoy feet together, knees open in the Supta Baddha Konasana variation. We let gravity just open up the front body and the inner hips, which is a beautiful counter pose to all of the forward bending and the twists, again, that we did today. All of those twists are great for boosting energy, boosting metabolism, and detoxing throughout the abdominal organs and especially the digestive system. And now we just get to rest and let the body absorb all of those cellular benefits as well as the energetic benefits. So truly, your only job now is to rest. You may choose to stay exactly where you are for Shavasana if this is feeling perfectly relaxing. Please stay. If you would prefer to shift, roll towards one side, Gently coming off of your props. You might feel really good to windshield wiper the knees a couple of times. And then settle your props underneath the knees if you're coming into a Shavasana with the legs long to get that bit of support for the low back and balance in the body. Wherever you choose to be for your final resting position today, I invite you to soften, to let the mat and the props hold you and support you, to trust that you have done the work, that now your body, your nervous system, your mind, and emotions just absorb all the benefits of the practice. Breathe and rest. Please stay in Shavasana as long as you need. When you're ready to move on, begin by deepening your breath. Find movements in the fingers and toes. And maybe rock the neck and the head gently side to side. Bending the knees to plant your feet on the floor. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. Rolling to your favorite side. Slowly come up to a comfortable seated position. Eyes still closed or down on your mat. Here an easy seat. Check in with any sensations in the body. No judgment. Check in with the state of your mind. No judgment. And recall your intention for practice. Bring the hands to heart center and seal this practice with 2 cleansing breaths together. We fill up in through the nose. Let it go all out through the mouth. Another like this. Sigh it out. We end this practice by saying namaste. All the goodness in me salutes and honors all the goodness in you. Namaste. Thank you for sharing this practice. Please give the video a like if you enjoyed the practice. If you have questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out and let me know. I look forward to joining you in the future for more classes, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. You can show support that way. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Take care and be well. Bye-bye.